Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Uh, well, what a day, people! Thank you very much for the messages. I do watch people send me messages. I do watch other YouTubers, of course I do, um, but not many, to be honest. I think I watch about up to seven, maybe eight YouTubers, which all do great stuff. But so whenever you're sending me your advice on who I should watch and who I should just hear, I sort of decide. Hi, Amy. I sort of decide which one because everyone's busy during the day. Of course they are. Everyone's got jobs to do. Everyone's got chores to do. Everyone's got bits and pieces. So I try and pick and choose who I want to be, well, let's use the proper word, associated with, there's a lot of nonsense going about. But I have picked up today. I do keep an eye on a royal correspondent that I really, really enjoy. If you haven't heard of her, please go and check her out. Her name's Kinsley Schofield. I find her to be really, really enjoyable. She's fun, she's bubbly, she's lovely, great sense of humour. And I would class her as one of my friends, actually. Just because she doesn't come on the channel, just because she's not here, doesn't mean to say I don't talk to people. So there we go. Yeah, and she came out with something interesting today, which has made me do this. Right. Now, I think you're fully aware. Everyone's fully aware that I don't really critique Meghan Markle because I have no interest in her. There is hundreds, if not thousands. There is thousands of YouTubers out there that talk about Meghan Markle every day. So why should I get involved? It's a woman. Let the women deal with that. Me, I think you'll find there's very, very little. Hi, Garth. I think you'll find there's very, very little YouTube channels which concentrate or speak about Harry. So I stick to the man side of things. And that's where my forte is. My forte lies with military service, with veterans things, with charities, with the government. So my forte is around there. But I haven't been naive. None of us have. We have seen what's happened. I think you'll find now that right now it's a massive story in the UK about the One Direction star Liam Payne, who took his life in Argentina. But what I'm interested in is the reason why he took his life. Now, we're never ever going to know the truth because you know what? We aren't him. He didn't leave a suicide note. We don't know. But what I am interested in is the actions that led to him not being here. And that was he had received emails. He had said some abusive language in the foyer of the hotel. He had smashed his laptop. We now know that he had been refused entry to the United States of America because he had admitted that he had a drug issue. Now, he had been through rehab. He had a house in the US with his girlfriend who returned to the US a couple of days before he took his life. Now, this is interesting because the Heritage Foundation that put in a request to have Prince Harry's visa application looked into to see if he lied on his visa application. It's now been proven that the US president directly intervened with the judge to make sure that that information was kept away from the public. Now, I'm of the impression that that should be public knowledge. So what we're seeing here is hundreds of millions of young girls that love One Direction are now in turmoil because their beloved star took his life having been rejected to go into the US to his home. Why wasn't Liam Payne given the same courtesy or the same protection afforded to Prince Harry? Now, I'm not one to push things, but wouldn't that be shocking? Because as we know, Harry's in the spotlight anyway, because he wrote in his book Spur that he had a drug addiction at the time. His own words, no one else's. But yet he was given special access to the US and that was hidden from the public. Now, wouldn't it be awful if millions and millions of One Direction fans directed their hate towards the US president or even Harry? It's shocking, isn't it? It just goes to show that there's rules for one and separate rules for other. Now, it took me, an hour? A couple of days ago, I mentioned about the visa and why is one person protected and another person not? It's shameful, isn't it? But at the same time, US citizens are up in arms. They're up in arms. They're angry that the UK are interfering in their election, and rightly so. I'm not justifying it. I agree with you, rightly so. But when it's alleged Russian interference in Trump's election, it's bad. It's bad, isn't it? Now, I've already mentioned today in the UK that our UK Prime Minister is sending 100 members of staff to the US to promote Kamala Harris at a cost of nearly £1 million of taxpayers' money. It's an interesting situation, isn't it, that we're watching unfold? It certainly is. What's this? How selective this admin is? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Well, there we go. So I'm just pointing out today that the double standards and the hypocrisy afforded to some people entering the United States of America as afforded to others. Now, had maybe someone in the US visa office intervened and said, maybe you can come back, but you have to sign a declaration or an NDA or something, which means you go straight into rehab, we would probably see that Liam Payne could maybe still be alive today. All right, yeah. It's weird, isn't it, how they select people, as you've just said there. Yes. Right, people. I hate staying on and doing long lives now because I used to write out loads of questions and loads of things. But now when I have things on my mind, today's been a really interesting day for me because I've received several emails from solicitors today, all giving me information about certain things that's going on, which I'm not allowed to reveal yet. But we are going in a good direction. Online has become a place now where we need to go to find out news, where we need to go to find out transparency. But we can't go to mainstream media networks or news coverages because we now know. In the past, we could go and watch the news thinking, oh, that's the news. But it's not, is it? It all depends on who controls the media network. That's the news that they portray. Right. Anyway, let's see if we've got any questions coming in. Susan. Harry is working with left groups such as Aspen Institute, Censor or Free Speech, and of course Biden loves him. Yes. Now, I did research on this probably about 6 months ago, and I did discover that the Archwell Foundation donates money and gives grants to organizations which do go after free speech, and they call it misinformation. So basically, Archwell was giving grants and money out to organizations which were sending out what I would call online trolls to silence critics. So it's not about misinformation. It's about silencing critics to get your own narrative out. That's what they're doing. Someone just got sentenced to life for online trolling. Toppins, yes, it was an individual in Belfast who was going online and portraying to be somebody else and going after his target was young girls. And unfortunately, a young girl took her life, and then her dad took his life in Belfast. He did get life, and he must serve a minimum of 20 years. And this is a very good, I'm glad you brought this up actually, because what this leads me on to is something interesting with my own situation. I will be attending Leeds Crown Court not this Sunday, next Sunday I'm heading to Leeds. So it's Monday. It's a Monday week. I'll be attending Leeds Crown Court where I will hopefully sit back. And I don't think that lady's going to be sentenced because I am fully aware that she may be rearrested for other things that she's posted online. And as well with other people. Online's not a place. Online is a place where you can talk about your feelings, you can talk about situations, but you cannot have fake accounts online now and troll people, stalk people, be obsessed, defame, slander. You can't do that. There's nowhere to hide now. There's ways now to get VPNs. You can find out the information. I've done it. I've done it myself over the last 6 months working with 2 police forces, and we've managed to do it. So if you have a plethora of, let's just say 10, 11, 12 messages about you online, destroying your character and reputation and trying to cause you stress, alarm, and anxiety, then that is a criminal offence under the Malicious Communications Act of January the 31st, 2000, 2024. Just wanted to point that out. Yes, but don't want to discuss my case. What's this here? Amy says, Callie didn't see the Royal Grift post today. Last night's was spot on. We'll check after this. As I said, the Royal Grift, I find her to be fascinating. She is very good at what she does. She gets out, she does a lot of good research. I have a lot of time for her. She's very good friends with the Duchess of North Sussex, who again is another good researcher, another good YouTuber. I know many good YouTubers out there. Yes. Right, what else we got coming in? Oh, talk of the devil and the deviless, and she will appear. Wow, just talk. Were your ears burning, Blur? Hi guys, Denise. He doesn't have to go, but he can't stay here. I get it, and I'm going to be honest. I did see a link. Was it on the Royal Grifts? I can't remember, but I did see a link, and it said, "Can you sign this to deport Harry?" And I didn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it because that would mean bringing him back here, and I wouldn't want him anywhere near me, so I didn't sign it because of that. You know, we should do one over here, sign the petition so he stays over there. I mean, it just goes to show you where we are, doesn't it? Yeah, we could, couldn't we? Yeah. Your face is looking relieved, Trevor. Carla, it is. Thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of stress. I had a lot of. When I'm stressed out, I mean, I come out in rashes, for God's sake. So as you can see right now, I'm not stressed anymore because I've dealt with a lot of things over the last week. I'm sure many people know what's going on, and I'm just feeling. I'm feeling very vindicated right now because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, which will be center stage. I can tell you now. At the minute, I'm gagged from talking about a situation until it's dealt with, and then I will be letting it all out. I've even got Matthew and other people that want to come on and discuss the trouble they've had, and all good things come to those that wait. That's all I can say, people. A big shout out to all of you, by the way, who have become members of the channel. I'm overwhelmed. I've got 300 of you. Yeah, it's been amazing, and thank you. Thanks for being part of it. You look sound good, Edith. Thank you, Edith. Oh, another reminder. I have to give this reminder out. So please, I think her name was Christine Richards. Christine Richards, I picked your name out a couple of weeks ago for a free hearing aid sent by the company, their latest hearing aid. You won it. You're yet to send me an email with your address on it. If you don't send me an email with your address on it, I think, I will be honest, if I don't get an email with your address on it so I can send this, then I'm going to have to pick another name on another live stream and send it to someone else that needs it. I spoke to the company today, Ellie here, and they are fully aware. So unless you get back to me, you can't have it, unfortunately, isn't it? What else we got here? Fairness of words. Christine says she had emailed you. I haven't got it. She hasn't emailed me. I mean, I don't know what email she sent it to. I haven't received it, Defender of Words. So if you are speaking to her, please tell her to email me again. I haven't got it. Yeah, there we go. All good. Well, if you've got any more questions, I can stay and I can ask questions. You can ask me questions. If not, I'm going to let you get on with your Friday night. It's a Friday night. Enjoy it. Don't want to keep you here, ladies and gentlemen. What's this here? I got Nikki New. Literally just got your 2 books delivered from Amazon. Looking forward to reading them. Oh, Nikki New, thank you very much. I appreciate, and I appreciate anyone out there that goes out of their way to spend their hard-earned money or their even harder-earned pension on books on Amazon. I think you can get first into Sang on Amazon now. I think for a $5, some sort of deal promotion Amazon's doing. But I do appreciate it, and thank you. Check spam. I'll go in and check spam. Making spaghetti for lunch, go for it. Derek Paddock says, Dear Trevor, would you be allowed to enter the USA and live there with your problem having PTSD? Of course I would. Of course I would. But if I was to mention that I've taken drugs, then the answer would be no, because but it should be yes. Because I was the Queen's favourite ginger. If you know what I mean. Should be yes though, shouldn't it? Amy says, Trevor, North Korea sent 3,000 troops to Russia. Thoughts? Listen, at the end of the day, what's happened here is, and I don't want to go into this and go off on a tangent, because this was about Liam Payne and about President Biden being very biased towards one drug taker but not letting another one in. I think that the truth is, why not? Why shouldn't North Korea support Russia? They're allies. Everyone's supporting Ukraine. We can't bitch about it. I know in the West we're angry that North Korea is supporting Russia, but we can't be surprised about it. I mean, the USA and the rest of the world are supporting Ukraine. How come they can't have allies, but we're allowed them? It is what it is. Scary though, isn't it? Stormer and his group are all in bed with Kamala. Yes, they are. But I do honestly believe the UK Prime Minister has broken the law by sending members of his party to the US to support one side of the presidential election. I thought it was illegal for another country to interfere in another country's elections. Starmer gets away with it. There should be an inquiry into why he's using taxpayers' money to fly them out, to stay in hotels and to fly them back. So there we go. Carla, I have to pop off. Yep, well, listen, I'm going to read this last one from Sheila. Once all this shit is sorted, Trevor, you and Gwen need to go on holiday. You're both welcome here in Cyprus. Sheila, thank you for that there. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I will. But listen, people, it is Friday night. I don't want to waste your time. I come on to have a chat about the President of the United States using his powers to protect Harry, who's a drug taker, self-admitted, but not protecting Liam Payne, who ended up taking his life as he was refused entry to the US. There we go. Let's hope One Direction fans don't start attacking the president. And let's hope, I mean by online trolling, I don't mean by attacking him. And let's hope that they don't start taking out Harry and Meghan then, eh? Anyway, listen, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on such a short notice. And take care and stay safe. And thank you to those of you that have become members. I am totally blown away. It's amazing. Take care. Have a great weekend.